Australia's supermarket giants Coles and Woolworths apparently have now implemented a new regime whereby there is a security mechanism at the self-serve checkout, which stops you from leaving the store if the mechanism picks up that you may have shoplifted. Many civil liberty critics have said it's crazy that what happens is that there's basically a camera that watches you as you are at the self-serve checkout. And more importantly, they see things like your phone password, they see things like when you tap on, they capture a lot of information about you that you may not necessarily want Coles or Woolworths to have. But now what's happening is if there's an allegation that you have stolen, you can be stopped at the store, you can be checked by the staff, and presumably if you have shoplifted or they believe there's reasonable grounds, they'll call the police. Now, fundamentally, it makes sense that there would be some sort of anti-theft device at a store. Shops have been trying to have loss prevention officers forever. It's not uncommon. But to entrust that to an AI, and an AI that may or may not get it wrong, is a pretty dangerous road to walk down. One of the situations that I see as inevitably happening is an individual will be falsely accused due to the AI, and they will be detained unlawfully, because you can't detain people. And they will probably have a valid ground to take one of these, whoever did it, to court. And the counter argument will be, well, it's part of our terms of service that we get to check your bags when you walk into the store and this and that. But the reality is if you detain someone, and I would say I'm not free to leave the store because you're putting up some sort of security barrier, you've detained me. There's probably a good argument that that could amount to a tort. Now, I'm not naive enough to think that Woolworths and Coles have not gotten legal advice on that point. I'm sure they have. The reality is they probably go, well, the risk of that is so minimal compared to how much we'll save and the importance of having this that we've done a cost-benefit analysis. But it's a real kick in the teeth that, firstly, they took the jobs that went to check out people. Now we do all the work, plus they're squeezing us on margins. And because of the complete duopoly in the Australian supermarket, we now have to basically be treated like cattle if we want to get our groceries. And it really is concerning that this just continues unabated with nobody stepping in saying, this is pretty messed up. It's time for there to be something that comes in and makes it less profit maximization at every conceivable turn. And like I said, I'm confident that within 1 year, if this continues, there's going to be a false imprisonment type case, given the unreliability of technology as a general proposition, and that'll be an interesting one. Follow me for more legal TikTok.